really no information on what warrants the tax refund. And that may be just a minor thing, but I mean, it's a lot of money, at one time for this meeting.
I called Angie today to find out, and she was at lunch, and I asked her to call me back. I called again, and she had somebody with her, so I never got an answer. And so I hope that once we get to, did you talk to her? Did you get reasons?
Yeah, we questioned it.
Okay.
And
Did she have them say?
she just said that it did not require an X because these were refunds that were so far back that they catched them up.
Okay.
That's all we were told.
Oh, okay.
They didn't require one
Oh,
because
okay, I see.
they did
State
all
appeal.
come from the appeals.
And I think that comes from where they were talking about it, this
Yeah,
is
see
in
that,
two thousand
that's
ten.
state appeal.
Again,
Right,
Yes.
state appeal, right.
Okay.
Yeah, cause it, most of the bottom of those, it does tell you that, and I wouldn't see that either.
Except for the $2,800 one. And
But any other,
19.
any other questions on that? Any other questions? If not, do we have a motion to accept these? All right, we have a motion from Ms. Holt, do I have a second? Second from Commissioner Tripp, any other discussion? Seeing none, go ahead with the roll call.
Love Henderson. Yes. Calvin Ball. Lonnie Ottinger.
Yes.
Clay Blazer.
Yes.
Cindy Holt. Yes. Terry Dawson.
Yes.
Andy Tripp.
Yes.
Shalay Benson. Yes. Ben Hicks.
Yes.
Robert Kraft.
Yes.
Mitch Fine.
Yes.
Brenda Roach.
Yes.
Skip Ellison.
Yes.
Jimmy Lindsey.
Yes.
13 ayes, 1 absent.
All right, in the matter of approving the Cotton County Legislative Body Committees for 2016-17 year for ratification purposes, we signed up for these last month, but we didn't make those a part of the minutes, and I guess I was getting in a hurry. But we didn't have that, so do I have a motion to accept those as they were listed in your package? All right, a motion from Ms. Spencer, do I have a second? Second from Ms. Holt, any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. That motion carries. Number 8, new business. In the matter of setting the following speed limits in the 7th District, Nancy Drive, 15 miles an hour, and Brookfield Drive, 20 miles an hour. A motion from Mr. Lindsey, do I have a second? Second from Mr. Hicks. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. That motion carries. B, in the matter of the county legislative body rescinding resolution 993 passed on June 20, 2016, establishing a civil service board for the Cotton County Fire Department.
We had met, Commissioner Henderson, Carter and I had met with officials from CTAS on the forming of the civil service for this resolution, and we're told that, it can't be formed that way. I think when we did this before, there was some misinformation, possibly that came from the state. And as it plays out, we had tried to do a fire department civil service back in the 80s through a private act, and it failed. And then in June, we sent this through, but there's, based on 523-106, and that's where we got the information from to send this resolution through the first time, that 523-108 says you can't do it, can't use that to form to establish a classified service. And so with this law saying you can't do one, I brought this back before the board to rescind that.
So, is it my call the Attorney General to find out, because we've got two conflicting, we've got CTAS saying one thing, then you have other attorneys, you all have Jeremy Faith on the phone
has a fire department civil service board. So there is no opined opinion from the district attorney on this.
The only ones I found that did have, when I called around, was Morristown City has one, that's a municipality, and also has some structure. But other than that, no county does, and they instructed me through that office and through the city has both, is if you did a private act, that you had to take that, put that on the Tennessee House legislation floor, see if they would pass it that way. That would be the way that you would have to do it, where it was actually legal.
One other thing too is I'm looking, and I'm just asking this as a question, and I guess it's a legal question. If it says they shall retain the present authority, if you did enact this for, let's say, and I'm just using this as an example, anytime that there's an election comes up, that wouldn't necessarily be taking away anyone's authority per se. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for example, if the county mayor, like, cause that falls under her particular position, if you set this up and you can place it under a civil service board before the next, in the next term, does that make sense? Cause I see where the issue comes in right now. But as I read the legal language, and I'm in no way, shape, or form, it seems to me that you could change it at like, maybe, let's say for example, maybe you changed over into terms of office. But perhaps not. Is that what you think CTAS would say?
I don't know what CTAS would say as to that. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Right, that's just the way, that sort of thing, that's one way to.
The only thing that says, when they met with them, was
You can't form
you
it.
can't form a civil service.
We formed it under 106, and the controlling language in 108 reads, nothing in this chapter shall be construed to authorize, as authorization for establishing systems of seniority, tenure, or classified service, nor for creating contracts of employment or establishing the terms thereof. So, that is the language that appears to place our current civil service system in that.
So it didn't like law enforcement on their civil service, that was a state law, what, 1974?
The reason why they're able to do it much more clearly than a fire department could is because that's by statute. There is an actual statute which the sheriff and I work, especially the sheriff, a whole lot on here in the past. It's codified through TCA, civil service for sheriff's departments is.
You know, they're found in the early 2000s where there was a motion made to put them under civil service, and it's went on all this time. I think the guys should be under civil service, and I think we need to do what we can to get them under civil service.
The motion that was made in 2000 was to establish a board or a committee to form one. It wasn't to form one, it was to form a committee to see about a civil service. A civil service, and even if it was done in 2000, it's still, according to CTAS and this law, illegal.
Can we not get a state attorney general opinion on it?
That was a request that I was gonna make of you all, if you all want civil service, is to take away any, because this is a new horizon, if you'll put it, because the mayor said there is no county that has civil service for their fire department. But if I could be allowed, if that's the way you're leaning, I don't know how you're gonna decide what to do here, but, and that way I'd like to seek it out fairly expeditiously, you know, because the legislature's gonna meet here, it'll be here before you know it. That way we can formulate the question, which is, we'll try to determine if we can, cause to tell you the truth, CTAS opined that we wouldn't even be able to have civil service through private act based on this. Isn't that correct,
Yeah.
Madam Mayor? So I would like to ask them, whether or not the county may be able to have civil service through private act, or is it barred from having civil service, or is any county, would it take a change in general law based on the reading of 523-108? That's the one that we just read to you, and hopefully put this to bed on that one.
But until that time, we would need to rescind this to be able to pursue.
That was CTAS's
CTAX's
recommendation,
opinion based on 523-108.
since this nullifies that. Technically, we broken law 523-108 by putting that in, and anything that, if, and luckily they haven't acted. The only thing they've done is, set the chairpersons and secretary. That didn't affect anybody's, hierarchy at the fire department, didn't change anything. So, there's no way we could get sued over that. But if they were to stay in and you were to leave this and they were to, affect someone's pay, give a promotion, demotion, anything, then they could sue and we wouldn't have anything to stand on.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Basically, I wasn't here during all this went on, I apologize for that, but anything I could do about it. But, are we saying that the action you've already taken was illegal, I guess is the right word? So,
No,
but did this committee here vote to have a civil service board?
Yes.
yes,
Okay,
and I
so
think
the
that
question
there's
is, do we
misinformation.
move on with that, decision? And you need to call, you said you need to call CTAS?
Well, no, I don't need to call CTAS because
Okay,
I would seek a formal Attorney General's opinion because this is, in my opinion, a very important question of law. And it's tailor-made for one of these type of things because there is no, to my knowledge, to the mayor's knowledge, Andy just commented on it, that there is no county that has civil service across the state. And CTAS thought, besides it being their opinion that our current civil service is illegal, they thought that it may potentially bar civil service from via a private act as well. But they didn't know, and for sure on that, so.
This one definitely is not part. The other one may not be, because that would need an attorney general to get a private act. But this one that is on for rescind, it definitely is not valid.
Indigo, like what you said, like if you have promotions or pay change or anything like that, and somebody sued because we actually passed something that was illegal, we could be held simply liable.
Yeah.
That's what she stressed to me when I was on the phone with her, so I didn't really get that till then.
So one thing that is good, at least as of this point, is nothing, I mean, like, other than having formed the board, there's not really been any actions taken that could get us in any kind of legal trouble.
Right.
Which
And
would
there
get us,
was no malicious intent or anything, it was just miscommunication is how we got this one to start with.
And
And you
then
said
what
you weren't there, it was just a misinformation that we received.
so what I'm thinking of
we
is
just voted to
that it,
rescind that.
well, we can vote to rescind that, or if we ask for an attorney, I'm just saying that I think, or the other thing, since no actual action has been taken, if we seek the attorney general's opinion and it says that it's not, I mean, like, it's not in accordance, then at that point in time, I think it's clear that we rescinded. And then if not, then we don't have to necessarily move forward. But again, that's just the pleasure of the particular, of the board. I think there's a couple of different ways we can do it, because now the one thing I will say is if we rescind, then we don't, I mean, at that point, can we get an attorney general's opinion?
On a private act,
Mr. Chairman, what I was stating, I was making was, the only thing we're voting on is whether we rescind the action or not. We're not voting on anything else,
Right,
according to this.
right, that's what we're bringing up.
I know we're talking about what we could do or couldn't do, I understand
I
that.
think that there are a couple of options that are on the table, I mean, and that's why I'm just saying, if we want, and that's up to the pleasure of the board, if you want to have an attorney general's opinion, then we can do that. If we want to rescind this, but then again, I think that, limits a little bit of our ability to, get an actual, and and kind of put this to bed.
there is an issue that needs addressed, and having a civil service in limbo will not allow that to be addressed. There's a complaint at the fire department on record that has been turned in to myself and the chief, and I can't address it. And CETA said it doesn't need to be put off. So leaving it in limbo is not necessarily the best thing, because they can't address it, and if we have a half civil service, half not, I can address it.
Is it, anything that pertains to employees or, anything like that? Way back when I first started, I said, that's supposed to go for the general committee? If you've got to discover the general committee, I mean, even like the civil service board, you should, if you want to discuss it, you go before the general committee to discuss that. That's what I was told when I first set out up here 18 years ago, that the general committee handled all situations that involved employees or workers, and I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what I was told.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
what else
know.
the general committee look at?
Why do you think I want?
We never met.
I don't know, that does, I mean, I do.
I'm not questioning any problems going on anywhere. I'm just talking, I did refer to the Civil Service Board. You're naming 3 members of the Civil Service Board and so on back there, and I thought that sort of, you went before the general committee with this.
All right, but Carter, I guess my big question is, can we still get an attorney general?
If it's rescinded.
If it's
they rescind
rescinded,
this,
can you still get
rescind
an
it.
actual opinion on what the attorney general says?
Yes, I mean, I'm sure we could.
Okay.
If it were rescinded.
All right. So what's the pleasure of the, we need some sort of
You
action.
know, like I say, if we rescinded that, then we see what we need to do by the Attorney General to see what to establish civil service under the fire department legally. Once we rescind this,
We can do whatever.
do that.
Yeah.
That's just kind of going halfway, I think, I mean, you're still, you're talking about rescinding,
Well, you would
pretending,
rescind,
pretending.
you would rescind this motion.
Well, I think the big issue, and I'll say the big issue for me right now is the fact, I would like an attorney general's opinion on it for one thing. But I think the big issue for me is if there is an issue in the fire department that needs to be dealt with. I mean, and again, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I don't wanna hamper their ability or any decision that's made that's not for the betterment of the department. I don't wanna hamper their ability because, and that's where I think the wrinkle kinda comes into this. For me, it's just looking at that. I mean, like, I'm okay with being in the limbo just a little bit on the civil service aspect of it. I mean, I think that's probably something that we need to do. But if there's something that needs immediate action, I don't want it to drag out for another month or 2 months while we're waiting on an opinion and trying to get there. You see where, I guess that's my biggest concern. But again, I'm just one member, so.
I'll put that in form of motion, we rescind it, and then pursue the attorney general.
To rescind, to rescind the, as is written here, the resolution,
Right.
but then also to check on an attorney general's
Pursue
position,
attorney general.
and that would get it. All right, do I have a second? Seconded for Mr. Tripp. Is there any other discussion? All right, if not, we're gonna do a roll call.
It's to rescind and get an AG
And
opinion.
get an API.
Love Henderson,
No.
Calvin Ball, Lonnie Ottinger,
No.
Clay Blazer,
Yes.
Cindy Holt. No. Terry Dawson,
No.
Andy Tripp,
Yes.
Shalay Benson,
No.
Ben Hicks,
No.
Robert Green,
Yes.
Mitch Fine,
Yes.
Gwen Roach,
No.
Skip Ellison,
No.
Jimmy Lindsey.
I pass on this one.
Eight nays, 4 ayes, 1 pass, 1 absent.
So that doesn't pass.
I just want to say that as someone that's supposed to be over a department, I don't know how you expect me to be over a department that you all just formed a board for to be over against a state law. I'm not really sure, I'm not even really sure how to address that. To go against a state law to form a board. I may take action myself to get this because, you know, we take an oath of office to uphold laws, not break them to get things done. You know, they're there for us to go through. And I appreciate you voting the way that you all see fit, but I don't know how you all expect me to manage a department that has now been set up through actions that are taken against the state law. And as soon as I can write my thoughts around this, I'll get you all some information on that.
Well, I feel like, I don't think any maliciousness was intended.
No, not at all.
However, I think we've been misinformed by attorneys, and we're all just a little, offbeat here and need to know what's really going on. That way we can do the right thing for our county.
And I agree completely that the right thing needs to be done, but I can't be part of an action that violates a law. That's just, it's wrong to ask that of someone.
Brother Monterey, if we want Attorney General's opinion, do we need to make a motion second on it?
I think we do.
I'd like to make a motion with the Attorney General's.
Before we do that, I need to know what opinion I'm asking, because, are you wanting me to ask if what we've got now is correct? CCAS is 100% sure it's wrong, as the mayor stated. Or
What we need to do to get it corrected, we was told when this was voted on, by you all, it was legal. You told us, we went along.
correct,
So we went on your word and you're our attorney.
right. Well, I missed that statute as well. It appears to be in conflict, so.
He got his information in a valid way. I'll go back for him. He got a message, a voicemail from someone from the state lawyers, or the state legal team.
Yeah, state
That
legal.
just, they didn't say what question was asked to them. They just said, it is our opinion that 523-106 will do what you need to do. So Carter he doesn't know what question was asked of that. He just got the answer, you can use this. So he did. So, Carter and I said there was no ill intent, there was misinformation. But the bottom line at the end of the day is, whatever reason it came about, misinformation or whatever, it's wrong and it's illegal. And it should have been rescinded. But I do want an Attorney General's opinion on it myself,
We've
or
got the
whatever
motion.
legal action that needs taken.
All right, so we have a motion.
What is the motion?
What is the
idea? What do you want to ask?
We just told you.
Let's please.
That we
Yeah.
seek an attorney general.
That we're seeking an Attorney
opinion.
General's opinion about the legality of the manner in which, from what I understood, the
You want me to try to find out about how it's been done here, which they say is wrong, and also if it can even be done by private act?
Yes.
Does that sound good to y'all?
Yes.
Do I have a second on that? Second it from Ms. Holt. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign? That motion will carry. All right, C, in the matter of Jason Alley, industrial development. Well, Jason just came in, he was late, yeah. Addressing the county legislative body regarding the adoption of a strategic plan for Cobb County.
Good evening to everybody. Please excuse my tardiness. I got out of work a little late. I know that Captain Woods never knew me to ever be late when I was a former employee out here.
Glad to see you every day.
It's a pleasure. But what I'm here to talk to you about today is something that was included in your all's packets. It is a Cobb County, Tennessee Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy. This strategy was created by McGill and Associates back in 2005. We and the city received a grant of $50,000 to pay for this study. This study came to some very valuable conclusions. And in 2005, we just weren't able, for whatever reason at the time, to kind of follow through with that plan, that strategic outlook that we had for Cobb County. And I here, representing the Industrial Development Board, thinks that going ahead and letting you guys take another look at this strategic plan will go a long way in helping us on the Industrial Development Board to make Cobb County even more of a attractive place to locate a business or expand a current business. Do you guys all have a copy?
The COB has the TVA study results, and we have
Oh.
a copy for them here.
Excuse me, I jumped ahead of myself here. Okay. Do we have those? With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to distribute some literature.
Sounds good.
Kind of jumped ahead, I thought you guys already had. Thank you very much. And I just want to point out the quality work that leadership Scott County has done in preparing this paperwork and updating the information inside these packets, so you guys have a good opportunity to understand exactly what we're looking at.
Thank you.
I just wanted to bring this paperwork to your all's attention. We would ask that you all review this at your convenience. And next month, I'd like to come back and talk to you guys about your opinions on the strategic plan, some of the goals that the strategic plan has outlined, and some of the action items outlined to achieve those goals. Those are summarized on about page 48. There's a summary of a lot of the information that's in the report. But I bring this to you as a result of a strategic planning meeting hosted by TPA approximately 4 weeks ago. I was in attendance along with several members of Leadership Scott County. Mayor Ottinger was present, a number of other people in the community, business leaders, community organization leaders. And during that meeting, we had an opportunity to all discuss some of our visions for Scott County and how we could work with industrial development to achieve some of the goals that we've had for a long time. And it was then brought back to our attention that a lot of the things that we had decided were important for us to improve here in Scott County to make us a more attractive location for industrial development was contained in this strategic plan. And I think it would be an excellent way to start this plan for you guys to review that and to kind of see the direction that we would like to head towards. Lucas and Gary Carver from the city have done a fantastic job in working with IDB and the different organizations, government organizations here, to begin our long process in becoming more of an industrial and economic destination in the region. And I don't know, have we already gotten to the IDB? Okay, you're presenting that, right? Yeah, Lucas will be presenting you some of the things that Mr. Green was worked with us on the IDB for some of the policies. And I believe that those very strong, competitive, if not some of the most competitive in the state policies that we've developed in collaboration with this strategic plan, and a few other things that EDC is working on, and the city government is working on independently. But I just, again, ask for you guys to review this and kind of see where we're wanting to go in the future, and hopefully with some feedback, we can maybe tweak some things in here if you all think that they need tweak. I had an opportunity to present this October 11th to the City Council, and they accepted this for review and also accepted our Industrial Development Board policies. So we're going to ask that you guys do the same on that a little bit later. But do you guys have any questions about the strategic plan that you guys are going to review for next week? Appreciate it. Well, thank you all so much for your time. I certainly appreciate it. And if I'm available at any time. If you guys would like to get my contact information, I can stick around after the fact and be happy to share that. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. All right, in the matter of the Canada State Body approving a resolution to approve policies and procedures for a property tax incentive program relating to certain types of projects described in the policies and procedures. And that copy was enclosed.
I guess we'll first start. Has anyone had a chance to look over the policy or the sentence in the back? Anyone have any, those that have seen it, what? You don't know it. Okay, so we'll kind of walk through what that is. What that is a resolution to adopt for the IDB to use these incentives as a standard class. So that means IDB can use these incentives to attract and improve businesses without having to come to you individually every time that a new company comes into place. That streamlines the process, that's standard practice across the state. It's not uncommon. They've actually done, I think, for the last one as well. It should have been. But as Jason was just talking about a minute ago, the goal that I asked of IDB when we got started in this whole process was for us to go through and vet numerous counties across the state, and then for us to pick up the very best one out there. That's part of the strategy for an aggressive recruitment approach moving forward. I think we've achieved that. So after going over more than 30 other counties' legal incentives that they passed their initial vote for us, I think we had the best one out there. And we're gonna promote that. And this already has received a tremendous amount of positive feedback from our existing local interest as well as the honest recruiter right now. Wow.
Does anyone have any specific questions about
Specific
this?
questions, I mean, I can walk through it, but basically, it's a point-based system. The companies that would qualify for the tax incentive program would receive 1 point per 100,000 of capital investment and 1.5 points per job created. So the weighted system allows more points per job than it does for capital investment. There's also bonus points in this particular plan that allow for a weighted pay rate system that looks at the total payroll divided by the number of employees, and then that calculates into average wage per hour. The intention behind that is to raise the local average pay rate. So we're trying to raise our median household income. That's what that translates. There's a table enclosed in that has a breakdown. That right now our average wage hovers between $12.5 an hour. We set the table at 13, so if you need 13.69, I don't have it in front right now, but you're not penalized or rewarded for that. Anything above that, you're supposed to receive it. So there's also added points for national headquarters to be involved here, and the ability to not distribute discretionary points for large projects or extremely costly projects. But I think this is a very fair way of doing it, that we will keep up ongoing trends. It's a pretty good call. You want to add anything? You might have any questions.
All right, tonight, do I have a motion to accept these?
We'll make a motion to accept.
All right, we have a motion from Mr. Green, do I have a second? Seconded from Mr. Dawson, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign? That motion carries. E, in the matter of the county legislative body approving the reappointment of Hilda Lovell and Gay Webb to the Cobb County Planning Commission for 4-year terms. Have a motion from Mr. Lindsey, a second from Mr. Hicks, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign? That motion carries. Number 9, miscellaneous, are there any miscellaneous items still today?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'd like to say something again, we're gonna bring it back up, but, if we varied on the civil service board, whether we have or not, I think the first thing, and I wasn't here, the first thing is, do we actually need a civil service board for the fire department? I think that's not want one, but do we need one? And we owe it to the people of Cobb County to get this straightened out, to get it right. I'm not taking sides. The reason I pass is I'm not really sure, what's really going on inside or whatever, but we owe it to the people of Cobb County to correct it. If we're gonna have a civil service board, let's make sure it's legal by the state. Whoever we have to answer to, that's what I'm saying. Let's get it right, because we've got a lot of people we represent.
Right, okay. All right, any other issues?